Hi, it's a little bit late. I just finished doing the crystal gathering online call, and it's just so beautiful that I just kind of wanted to come on and share the sparkle. And I really like this filter thing. Um, so with the crystal, I've only got 15%, so I'm going to be quick. The crystal gathering is something I had been dreaming about for a really long time, and I just wanted to share a little bit about what on earth that is about and who it's for, but more about the magic that happens in those sessions. So it's a 2-hour call normally, and it's once a month, and it is for aura transformed people. But that doesn't mean you couldn't have an aura transformation and then join the group. But we meet once a month, and different themes. But the one we just did now was bringing together like 3 different themes, like that we'd done at the beginning of May, June, July. I put all the things, the energetic tools and guided sort of meditation stuff that we did in those, put it all together in one. So actually there's usually a Q&A at the beginning, and then we go into this. I guide like an energy balancing technique that we teach with aura transformation, and it was just so bloody beautiful. I just wanted to come and share the energy of it, really. I think there was like about 8 of us, and so there was a couple of questions, and I was just talking about like, why do we even have a crystal gathering? Why do we need to balance our energies regularly? Why we should all do that regardless of having had an aura transformation or not. And the process we go through, there's one I'm going to focus on particularly for this little chat here, which is the masculine and feminine integration. But we start by really drawing in our energy and really sending energy back to other people. I mean, we spent about 20 minutes probably doing that, and I go into like massive detail. And, so that people are like lying back in their own space, and I'm just talking through doing this energy work on yourself. I'm not doing the energy work to them, they're doing it to themselves. And it is incredibly powerful because we live in a tangled up world, and people are not responsible with their energy. Like, you might be responsible with your energy and your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions, but probably a lot of people are not. So we actually walk around carrying a lot of other people's stuff, and having an aura transformation, or just learning how to balance your own energy and like bring in your own and send others back. I am very shiny. I have to say, there's a bit of Facebook filter help going on. But I think I'm quite shiny anyway. I'm actually not even well right now. I'm actually a bit poorly, but I'm just really felt like coming on. I was ready. So really learning to take responsibility not only for your energy, but for not carrying other people's energy, I think has been a humongous shift in my life. And I've seen it, in many other people's. And when you actually do the practice of what we call a balancing, if you do it to yourself often, life is a lot easier, a lot clearer. And it's that typical thing when you teach someone to do so, you teach people to do something every day and then you don't do it enough yourself. Like, I've really started doing it again a lot more myself, and it's just been fantastic. And really noticing, because I do muscle testing as well, I can really tell like where my energy's gone and if I've actually reclaimed it all, because I can be like, do it really quick and be like, yeah, I've done it, and then realize actually there's quite a bit more. So doing these crystal gatherings once a month means we can really, really go into it and really go in depth. It's like, it's really like going for it. But then we also look at your elements. That's what I was doing today, was sharing a way of allowing your body and your consciousness to speak to you through the language of the elements. So that takes a bit of practice, but it's also very beautiful to really trust that sometimes your mind and other people do not know what is best for you, and actually allowing your own body to speak to you is a lot. It makes a lot of sense. It's like you're tapping into your own body wisdom. And I've been really getting into like myth, your own personal myth that you create in your own like underworld or in your own body, and really trusting the messages that come. Not only does life have a lot more meaning when you do that, but you also you are able to access your next steps from yourself. So it's like really tapping into intuition, your own wisdom, allowing your body to speak to you. So we did that as well. And then this really magical thing, and I don't talk about it often, but it's something I developed over time, about integrating the masculine and feminine. So Annie Senov writes, she's the founder of Aura Transformation, she writes about the masculine and feminine. And I know that when you have an aura transformation, we're integrating your masculine and feminine. But from my own exploration, I realized that guiding people through visuals of that process is actually so powerful. And I think that almost every time I've ever talked through the integration of the masculine and feminine, I would say like 90% of people cry. And I actually call it keys to cellular self-love. So when you integrate your masculine and feminine energy, you create a divine union within yourself of the masculine and feminine. You are allowing a self-love happen in your system, probably deeper than you've ever experienced before. You're not looking for the love outside of yourself, in someone else. You're not looking for answers somewhere outside for them to be fulfilled from another. You're actually accessing everything that you've ever needed from your masculine and feminine, your own masculine and your own feminine. And it's all good writing articles about the divine masculine, divine feminine, and it's all good about, accessing the power of this and that. But if you don't sit and actually do it on an energetic, physical, cellular, neuro pathway kind of way, then it's not really going to stick, and you're not really embodying your own healthy masculine and feminine. So that's what I wanted to come and share. That's what I just did for the last couple of hours, is led a bunch of aura transformed people and aura mediators through a kind of concise, what we call a balancing, pulling your energy in, sending energy back, looking at and finding wisdom from your element system, so the fire, water, earth and air, finding the myth, your own personal myth, and asking your body, what is it I need next? And then we did the masculine and feminine integration of really integrating and allowing that deep self-love, but also an opportunity for you to use for you to access a greater maturity and ability in both your masculine and feminine. Because what often happens is that when people look into their masculine and feminine, let's say their masculine might be like running around like an angry businessman with a clipboard, like headless chicken, and then the feminine is like some fairy pixie in a tree in another dimension being all wafty. And you put them two together, they're not in the same dimension, they're not of the same time, they're not of the same type, they have nothing in common. So your masculine and feminine are like that. And that's how your psyche, your inner self, is looking at itself. Like, what on earth is what you're doing up a tree being wafty when we've got things to do? Like, there's all this communication between your own masculine and feminine. And if you don't get them to communicate and see eye to eye, then there's a lack of communication, there's conflict. It's really hard to get things going and moving. So it's really powerful. And that's what I wanted to share. That's what I've come here to say. That's what I've been doing with people. The Crystal Gathering group is for aura transformed people. Aura mediators are welcome. Doesn't matter what country you're in. And we do them once a month. The first one is free. And then it's a small fee if you want to drop in for a month. Or you can get a slightly cheaper deal by getting the year. So that's the Crystal Gathering. And if I'm too far away, look up on auratransformation.com to find an aura mediator near you, because having an aura transformation is the ultimate in pulling all your energy in from everywhere and every place and everything that you ever have been. Is pulling all that energy here now, so that you can have all your energy here and now. And then the exercise we were just doing in the Crystal Gathering is just mimicking how that new aura is working. There's so much information that I've made available, but that is available. on my website with sarahj.com. There's plenty there, and I do other things too, you know. And I've just been feeling kind of allergic to selling. I actually just want to give value, and I know the work I'm doing with people is phenomenal. And for example, like I have space for 8 people that I work in depth with, and I do a lot of the kinesiology and heart retrieval and all that stuff with them. Some people have an aura transformation if they're local in the package, but mostly it's we can do it online, doesn't matter where you are. And the stuff we're doing, I'm just like, I feel very humble and very satisfied and excited about the work I'm doing with people, and the results that people are getting I think are life-changing and transformative and really epic and manageable and integrated. And so I have 2 spaces open at the moment, for only 2 for the packages with me. And people are coming to me with like fear of visibility, some health issues, you know, like weight loss. People are coming with heartbreak and, you know, a closed down system, fear of receiving love, that kind of thing. So, I mean, it really does depend on where the person is, and it's always a surprise where we go. But I'm really happy to go deep with whoever is ready. And please message me. And this was a surprise live. I didn't even know I was going to do it myself. I'm going to go have an early night. I don't know if it's early now. Lovely to see you all there. I can see your little faces. And if you have any questions, like, I'm happy to shine on you, crazy diamond. You're so shiny. Okay, that's the thingy. Anyway, I'm going to go.